Alright, so what's up YouTube? From the title, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to wheelie. Only because so many of you guys kept asking me, how do you wheelie? Can you give me tips on wheelies? When I'm wheeling, I keep going to the side. So I'm finally making an elephant in the room, right? It's 2025 and you still can't wheelie. What's going on, mate? But today, you guys are going to be able to wheelie because I'm going to give you the best explanation. I've been looking around. I've watched a few videos of other people trying to teach how to wheelie. I'm going to show you POV on how to wheelie as well, because I think that would just make a bit more sense. But I'm also going to show you guys a third person. But first, I'm going to show you this angle because I feel like you guys could take from it a lot easier. All right, so obviously you guys can see these are my legs, this is my bike, and these are my pedals. So you can kind of see everything that's going on, and I'm going to explain it step by step. If you're learning and you don't know how to do a wheelie, or you can kind of wheelie but you need tips, everything in this video is going to apply to you, and basically you're just going to be able to wheelie much better. All right, so you want to use your first 3 gears. Me, I recommend your second gear. It's light, as you can see, and it's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's just the sweet spot if you're learning how to do it, okay? And another thing that I keep seeing other people doing, right, they keep trying to get as many pedals and travel the distance of a wheelie. But best way to learn how to wheelie is to learn the control side of things before distance, because you keep focusing on how far you can go, right, but you have no control. When you need to turn or you need to get out of the way, you can't. That's obviously not what you guys are going to want, right? First of all, have your seat tilted, not too much. Listen, we're not going to do any of that bullshit of, oh, make it really tilted so it's easy. Like, no, you're going to have it a little bit tilted like this. You can see it's kind of in line with the frame. That's all you need. You can have your seat up high, you can have it lower, but if you have it higher, it's much easier. In my personal opinion, there's no point trying to learn it in the easiest way, because you're not really going to benefit from it. Just start out like this. Like, it just makes more sense. What you want to do, right, we're in gear 2. all right, brake control. All right, you need to know your brake control. Do not try wheelie and you have, look, a hand just on your grip. You need one finger on the brake. It's important, because if you fall back, your brake's gonna save you. I'm gonna also show you another way. If you fall back and your brake doesn't save you, I'll show you how to bail off, okay? But anyway, first steps. I start standing up, and you wanna look at my pedals, okay? Whatever your strong foot is, my strong foot is the right foot. It's my dominant foot. I'm gonna use that for power. As you can see already, I'm not lifting, I'm not pulling anything, no weight, but you see, if I put a lot of force down on my dominant foot, the bike automatically goes up a little bit. Now what you want to do is lift the bike towards you nicely and also go to sit down at the same time. So it's a lot of timing. Right foot and pulling up, okay? Right foot, pull up. All right, I'm going to show you how to do it when combining all of them. And also finger on the brake. You see? See, automatically the bike goes so much higher, because just like an actual motorbike, when you see them wheeling, they're using the throttle. This is your throttle. They lift the bike up and they throttle at the same time. That's what makes the bike lift. So I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna do some pedals so you can actually see some distance. You see? And I'm just tapping that brake. If I'm going too far, I tap the brake. Pretty simple. Learn this step first. It's getting the wheel up and having it controlled. Forget the pedals. Forget trying to pedal, just do that. That's all you need to do. 2, dominant. Okay, up again. And you just want to do that. You want to have that control, okay? And you want to use your legs and hips. That's what keeps it controlled. Let's say you've got that part down now and you want to move on to the second step, which is actually, you know, traveling. This is where your bike control is really, really important. What you want to do is be able to tap that brake, all right? So you come up. You see, if I go too far back, I'm tapping the brake. I'm tapping. Do you see? The brake is your best friend. I recommend don't use 2 fingers, use 1. More control, it's more comfortable. And say if your brake gives away, what do? Simply, you just wanna dismount off the bike. Don't drop your bike, keep a hold of your bike. Just dismount and land on your legs. So I'm gonna show you an example. There you're going, brake stops working, oh, just dismount, oh. Jump off like that, okay? Still use your brake to stop the bike, even when you're off it. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna show you again the dismount. So let's say your brake didn't work, which it should work, but if it didn't, just hop off. Hop off nicely and you're saved, okay? Don't want to fall on your back. If you fall on your back, still keep trying. When you're learning something, you're always gonna fail. That's why you gotta keep trying and practicing, you get better. You don't want to fall on your back. Brake control, if your brake fails you, land on your feet. And if you don't land on your feet, you just got unlucky. But don't get discouraged if you fall over. That's part of the process. I've taught you guys the basics and literally all you need to know on how to wheelie. You want to learn the control of the bike, you want to learn the brake control, and you want to know how to dismount. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you some examples of the control, because I personally think that's the most important part that you need to learn, okay? You can see without pedaling, I can coast. You see? You want to learn that brake control. Get that control, and then naturally you'll start pedaling. If you have good brake control, good balance and control, you're chilling. So I'm going to go through it step by step. Finger on the brake, all right? I'm standing up. My dominant is right. It might be left, but most people's right. Get ready to push up and pedal at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Lift, pedal, tap the brake. Boom. Learn that. Once you get that control down, then you can start pedaling and going super far. But let's say you have your control, your brake control, and you just want some tips on how to keep the wheelie up for longer and go longer. Say you have the control part already down, your brake control and stuff like that, but you want to know, oh, why do I keep falling to the side? Why does my bike keep going one way when I don't want it to? This is for basically the more advanced side of things, because you know how to wheelie already, but you want to perfect it so you don't have any problems, right? So if your bike is going one way, it's because of your hips and your legs, right? I'm gonna show you an example. Look at my legs, all right? Watch my legs. Do you see? To keep it straight, I'm using my hips and my legs. My bike is going, I'm gonna put my leg out to the right and move my hips more to the left. Because as you can see, you know, even if you're on 2 wheels, if you move your hips, the bike moves, right? It's that simple. Just not using your legs and your hips. You start using your hips and legs more. Anyone can just, you know, like this, and then stop. And that's probably what your wheelies look like. You know, you just kind of pedal, you're kind of like battling with the bike. You don't want to be battling with the bike, all right? You want to be able to wheelie like this. You're chilling, you know, I might take the hand off. Do you know what I mean? Chilling. You want to put your leg on the top. You want to keep it up. 12 o'clock, you know what I mean? That's where you need to learn your control side of things, because that's when you go to the next level where you can do your tricks and you can keep the wheel up for a long time. And you know, to be honest, that's pretty much it. Like, you need your hips and your legs, you know? You put your hips to this side, the bike goes the other way, you know? It's the same principle as the bike's on 2 wheels as it's on 1. If you're on the bike, you're using your hips when you're on 2 wheels, but you're not using it on 1 wheel, come on, like, you still have to use it. The principle still applies. Use your hips and your legs. I've said it enough times, but yeah, you need to keep doing it over and over and again. Like, you can't just, you know, this whole thing is based on practice. If you're maybe practicing wheeling once a week to someone who's doing it 5 days a week, the person who's doing it 5 days a week is gonna get better naturally. The practice, you figure things out on your own, and you kind of figure out what's comfortable for you, and you kind of figure out what you was doing wrong, you know? So that, I mean, I can give you this tip. Using the brake, don't slam it in, you know? Don't slam it, boom, boom, because that's me pulling it all the way in. You wanna just tap it lightly, you know? Depending on how strong your brake is, you just wanna tether it. If you're holding it in, see, I've gone straight down. Basically, you just want to take everything that I've said from this video and mash it into one and practice. It takes time. You're not going to be riding like me or your favorite rider, whoever it may be, in the space of a few weeks. It's impossible. Put the time in. The time you put in, the time you get out. All right, it's just like that with everything. So, you know, just yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how to wheelie. The last thing is stop wheeling like this. You see how fast my legs are going? Bro, stop doing that. Like, first of all, it looks very stupid. Like, when I see someone doing that, I think, bro, what are you doing? Second of all, how can you learn how to control a bike doing a wheelie if your legs are just going and you're trying to, you know, it just doesn't work. You want to do it nice and relaxed like this. Don't focus on the speed, focus on the control aspect. Yeah, you may see me going very fast on the bike doing wheelies, but that's because I practice longer than you. I need to show you guys a third person view as well of how to wheelie, because I said that I'll do that for you. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like from third point of view. It is a third point, yeah. So you want to have your pedals about here, whatever you're comfortable with, and you want to push it down as you lift the bike. So as you can see, you know, kind of just goes up. It's as simple as that. So one finger on the brake, dominant foot is my right, as you can see, standing up a little bit, down, hard, the bike. So now this time you want to lift the bike up towards you, and go to sit down, okay? One, as you can see, close it. Tapping the brake slightly. As I said, work on the control first, which is this. Using your legs here, keep it straight. Before you start pedaling, on the most basic level of how to wheelie, if there's anything you guys want to know, like any tricks, just let me know in the comments.